Hello, beautiful. Hey, you wanting your breakfast? Oh, yeah? Is that what you wanted me for? Is that why you loving me? Morning, world. Welcome to another week of me. And like most people say with vlogs, in the first 10 seconds, 30 seconds, you've got to say what's happening. Yeah, righto. Even I don't know what's happening this week. So, why don't you come along for the ride? But, more importantly, autumnal mornings. The clocks have gone back, slightly lighter in the mornings. I wake up early, but I've got something special for breakfast. Let me show you. Why do we always fall for that trick? Open the door and get steam in your face. But here, look at the, oh, let's turn that off. Look at that. Oh, that's bloody hot. You can't beat fresh bread. And some eggs. Boring eggs. Look, no stamps. Fresh from the farm. And I have to say, that breakfast was very good. I enjoyed it. It set me up for the day. The beautiful part about living in this alternative way, off grid, and the very many different versions that people may label, is I get up in my own time. I was able to make bread this morning early because I was awake early. And there's no rush. I've got to get my breakfast in, I've got to get to work, I've got to sit in the traffic. I'm here at my place of work, if you care to call it that. But to be able to have a leisurely period in the morning, a slow and steady, often thoughtful way of starting the day. Nothing better. Boiled eggs, fresh bread, fresh coffee, and my homemade tonic. So there I go, just finishing off my coffee. Yeah, you're wondering what I'm going to get up to next. So am I. Anyway, there's only one way to find out, and that is follow me. Joy the camper. Had a bit of an issue with it. Yes, I was aware of it when I bought it, but it did get worse. So we had to resolve this issue. Trying to get the parts, it's as rare as hen's teeth. It's an old girl. A lot of research, a lot of trying to work out how to get around it. Basically, this is the old sliding door mechanism. And there's meant to be a roller on there, but as you can see, it's worn off. That's useless. As you can see, that was rubbing up and down. And I'll put a picture up where you can see how it was scoring into the channel just here. I'll put the picture there. So a lot of researching, a lot of resourcing, and a lot of people sit there and say about the Chinese sites. Well, I could have got some roller skate bearings, and I'd have had to try to sort of drill, adapt, tap this one to get it to work. Not necessarily a good idea, relatively cheap, as opposed to something that seems to be non-existent. Yet a bit more research, and lo and behold, I found one of these on AliExpress of all the sites for £5.99. Let's give it a go. It works perfectly. Not necessarily the most orthodox way of doing this, but it'll work. Hold on. Get that on the mark there. What I'm trying to achieve a simple process is marking from the first scaff upright, which that A-frame, as you've seen, is in position, marking the central point of the next one and the third one. And because the metal works dark and rusty, getting the mark, all I'm doing is getting a piece of tape and putting it under the mark. So I've got the distance 1, 2, 3. If I can find my marker, and then I've measured from the edge of the container to the centre of the pole, the upright, and then not that there. So now I've made a mark. I know where these two poles are going to go, because getting that first one up, I know how to get the wood frame up to better get it up by myself, and I was able to use the frame to sort of jockey the actual A-frame up, but I've got nothing here, all for the middle one, where I can, as such, jockey it up. So I've come up with what I think is an exceptional plan. We'll only see, I'll mark the other container out, I'll cross-reference on the angles to make sure we're square. I do know that I've got a little bit, maybe half an inch, 3/4 of an inch leeway from when this is actually fixed down. But let's hope that I have more confidence now, and hopefully not have to think so hard. Let's see if I can film a bit more of this for you. Because of the big gap there, I've come up with this way of trying my hardest to get things perfect. Now, all I'm doing is lining up this end of the beam. I've got a mark on the other end, and see if I've got the same gaps that way, and I've done the diagonals. It's all looking good, but what takes time climbing down, climbing up, measuring there. If I put a tape over there and I walk down here and come up here, the tape goes. So I'm using something solid. And how I get myself across, use the scaff tower. And that is pretty much bang on. So now, get the poles up. I've got to adjust a little bit. I'll show you that in a bit. But I'm going to drill and fix the poles, the uprights, part of the plan.
Put the sunlight on my face. The smell of coffee fills the place. Another chance to start again. To dream, to laugh, to break, to mend. It's just a day in my life. Moments come and moments fly. In the little things I find my way. Every simple day.
So now that we've drilled the holes, and as you can see, full split level, so I'm going to space them out a little bit. So this will do the job, hopefully. Just make sure that's near as damn it. Right, that's the test hole. So what I'm going to do, pull them out for briefly, and put some sealant, a good gob of sealant round. This tube really worn out, but what it will do is help keep it watertight. Not that it's going to be a massive problem, because obviously it's going to be under the roof. So there we go. Put the spacers in.
I breathe it in, I don't ask why. The beauty of the ordinary holds the magic that I carry.
Now, what I'm hoping for is that to hold so that I can go down and do the bottoms up. there we have 2 uprights on the grey container done. Now over there to get the red one done. Jesus Christ, we had some rain last night. And there you can see, people, that's how I get a long piece of timber up level, little bit of rope, hold that end off, get one screw in to move it about if needs must, get the other end in, kind of bit of back and forth, and there we go. Oh, just dropping things. In what you've seen in this video, this doesn't look like an awful lot of work. Oh, let me get the measurement straight. An awful lot of work. When simple, if I forget the wrong size drill bit, or didn't put enough screws in my pocket, down into the man cave, back up. You would not believe the amount of times I'm doing that. The reason I've just done that measurement is I'm going to put in an upright here, and on the other side you can see I've got the other side done, and there'll be one in the middle of the first bit, the same as here, uprights, because this is forming the top joist for the extended reef. But now things are starting to take shape. You know, this is level, that's level, this is level. I'm working on the level. Once it all comes together, it'll lock itself into place. And as you hopefully you'll have seen, you know, I'm screwing potentially too many screws, like the A on the metal bar, screwing that to the bar to help cause everything to give rigidity and structure to it, that when it is complete, no matter what storm hits me, it's still going to stay here. But yeah, doesn't look like a lot, takes me a lot of time. And at the end of the day, I always like to tidy up, have a clear up, put everything back where it began, just in case what I started today I don't start tomorrow, or should I say where I finish today I may not start tomorrow. So keep things tidy, keep things neat, because the one thing, having to deal with a mess first thing in the morning or before you start work, no, that's not for me, I'm afraid. That can go down there. It's nice to have a nice clean starting point, and oh, it doesn't want to come out of there. Yes, it does, because it should. But we get, like everything in life, it is a struggle for everybody. Life can be very daunting, very overwhelming. I experience it myself here in this environment. And when you're on your own doing it, yes, sometimes it is. It's a lot harder. Motivation becomes quite elusive at some point. But you don't get anything for nothing. You have to work for it. You have to keep soldiering on, I suppose. You know, it is a battle, and it is something that we all struggle with. I struggle with. It becomes overwhelming. It becomes daunting. It's a point where you think, can you really keep going? The answer is yes. It was way back at the beginning of my YouTube journey, which was, in a strange way, me pacifying my technical department, my honorary daughter, and then Liberation coming and doing a video here about my world. The one thing I said then, the one thing I actually do live by, sometimes it's foggy, But if you've got a dream, keep that dream alive. Be a doer, not a dreamer. Anyway, folks, that's enough of my ramblings and meanderings. That's what we're up to so far. Plenty more to come, but I am tomorrow taking Joy the camper out for a little jolly. You'll see some of that journey. It's a personal journey, but you'll see some of it. Anyway, folks, take care. Chicken logo's up there. Comments, beautiful, beautiful comments. One comment that was come up on last week's video. You know who you are. I can't think of who you are off the top of my head. If I remember, I'll put a little thing up in the corner there. The mind is willing. The body is half-hearted. That's called old person's disease. Don't let it get you. Take care. See you soon.